I saw you were up at like 4 a.m. or something like that. That's nuts.
Yeah, I got up at 4 o'clock today. I've been trying to get up at 4 because, man, 4 o'clock's going to be 5 o'clock here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And so then I'm going to have to start getting up at 3,
What?
basically to get up at 4. I hate this time change
Yeah.
stuff. But what's up? I'm Michael Ortiz Jr., owner of Massage Customs. I am here with Joseph Hoots. Did I say that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Joseph Hoots.
Joseph, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been a massage therapist?
So I'm actually a acupuncturist, and I do a lot of body work as well. But I've been licensed since 2016, and started off in San Diego, moved to Germany, and then recently moved to New York City here in 2019. I was basically working for people for my first year here, and then pandemic hit, and ended up just afterwards focusing on doing my own thing. And ever since, I'd say November of last year, so 2020, I've been doing solo practice, making home visits, and seeing clients from home.
November last year, so just a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Like, what is that, 4 or 5 months ago?
November to March, yeah, 4 months.
How's that been going?
Pretty good. Started off about 10 to 12 patients per week, and it kind of plateaued at that for a few months. Then it started to slowly go up to 15, and then I recently started running like a Instagram ad, and it jumped from like 15 to 25, then 33, and now it's like at I think 32 for this week, like all within a matter of like 2 to 3 weeks.
That's crazy. And I want to get more into detail with that, but I have to say real quick, bro, I've seen your videos and I love, like, is that your office in your videos? You get to see that
So
view from your
it's
office?
a spare bedroom that I turned into an office.
That's crazy, bro. It's so nice. If anybody, what's your Instagram so people can go check you out and check out your videos?
So you can find me at TCM_Hoots, HOOTS.
Let me get this straight. You're not a massage therapist.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought this whole time you were a massage therapist and then you did acupuncture on top of it, but it's reverse, right? Acupuncture, but there's some body work components involved.
Yeah. So when I was actually in Germany, I couldn't really practice as an acupuncturist. And I've always kind of gravitated towards massage anyways, because I incorporate a lot of body work into my treatments. And I actually, while I was in Germany, like I just studied like a lot of your videos, a lot of Robert Gardner's videos, and it was someone else, and just picked up like little things and like just techniques, like your body position, things like that. And it really like helped me out a lot with my massage techniques. And and now I get a lot of people who come to me and they're like, can we just do massage? Like, I feel like your techniques are better than like a lot of the massage therapists that I've seen or I've visited. Yeah. So like, that's just off of doing what you guys do, basically.
You just putting that on video, or is that where they're seeing it at?
Yeah, a little bit of video, because let me backtrack. When I was in Germany, like I couldn't practice as an acupuncturist, so I had to basically just do massage, and you don't have to be licensed in Germany to practice massage.
Interesting.
So that was like 90% of my clients that I saw in the 3 years that I was in Germany.
So anybody can just be a massage therapist out there?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
You can just be like, hey, I'm a massage therapist.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people out. Go ahead.
Yeah, the only time that it becomes an issue is if you're going to accept insurance there, and then you have to be like a medical massage therapist or whatever it is that they call it. Yeah.
That's interesting. There's a lot of people out here who would agree that that is a good thing, and there's a lot that would think that that is a bad thing. What was your experience like with that in Germany? So I know you're obviously okay with it because you did it, but what was it like? Like, were massage therapists good out there? Like, were they of quality?
No, like most of it was like Asian spa, and then the rest was like. The rest I want to say was more like physical therapist, doing like certain types of like manual therapy techniques, but for
Yeah.
the most part, like there were no really good like massage therapists that I ran into that
It's-
would be like something that you found in the US at least.
So do you find there's a difference between massage therapists in the US versus in Germany, like quality wise? Is the quality higher here in your experience?
In certain states, I would say so. Like especially like here in New York, like you have to go to school for like over 2 years just to become a massage therapist. Whereas like if you go to California, I think it's what, like 8 months, 9 months, something like that.
Less than that,
So
probably.
yeah, yeah.
Out here,
So
it's 6 months. They have a 6 month. When I went to school, they had a 6 month program or a 7 month program and a year program. I did the year because it was night classes,
yeah,
and the 7 month was nine, like basically 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, like all day.
right.
Mine was like 7 to 10:30, so I had to work. But
Yeah.
a lot of
So it's
people,
really hard to say. Like, I find it very difficult to find a good massage therapist in general. Maybe it's because I might be too picky, like I like a certain type of massage, and I find that a lot of therapists don't really offer that style. It's more like, let's just go through this routine that I was taught at school, and yeah,
so you're saying that the therapists that you've had massages from, a lot of them really just seem like they don't care. They're just
I
kind
wouldn't
of
say that
doing
they don't
like
care. I don't know.
kind of going through the
It's hard to say,
motions.
like, yeah, there's like, I think there's different variables. Maybe they just weren't properly educated. Maybe they haven't taken that many CEU courses that, you know, could help them better their techniques and skills.
I actually think that one of the main reasons, because I don't know if you know, but I have a course called Keys to a Great Massage. Did I give
Yeah.
you that? Did you see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I signed up for it. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think there's a bunch of therapists who have. I mean, the technique part of it is super subjective. Like you said, you don't know if a therapist does a certain style, certain technique. There's not much I think you can do, um, because it's all preference in that area.
Right.
But asking good questions, finding the
Yeah.
right area, finding the right pressure, working on it for the right amount of time, very objective. And that's what a lot of therapists miss. That's what they don't get. And a lot of times it's just this little tweak. They're close to it, but they don't quite hit it. And then they don't communicate with you to
Right.
make sure that they are hitting it, because I think because they don't want to look stupid, like they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And so they just miss it a lot of times. But that's been my experience just from
Yeah.
my observations and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I feel like I can tell, like, within like the first 5 minutes of the massage whether or not it's going to be good or not. Like, if you don't convince me in that first 5 minutes, like I have it in my head already, like
has
this
anybody
is gonna be
surprised you?
no, 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 not yet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I got people who watch my videos on Instagram and come in and they already think they're gonna enjoy this massage. I had a lady the other day.
yeah,
She's like, I've been watching your videos for a year and I finally decided to come in. And then she's like, when I come back next time, before I even touch her, she's like, when I come back next time, we're gonna do 90 minutes, but I only had time to do an hour today. I'm
right.
like, I mean, hold on a second. Like, you don't even know if you're gonna if okay, fine. Look, I'll schedule you for next time
Yeah,
already. But
right,
like the freaking pressure is on to make her happy
right.
because she's like already sold from the videos.
Yeah.
So you've had success on Instagram recently, but before that, you've been posting content regularly. For how long have you been posting content consistently?
Consistently, um, I think in general, like I haven't been that consistent, because to me, like consistent is posting multiple times a day for a few months, maybe even a year. Um, but I would say I've been posting on Instagram since, I want to say, 2000 and like 18 ish.
Yeah.
Started when I was in Germany. I took one of Daryl's classes, Daryl Turner, and that kind of got me on this whole social media marketing path. Because at first I was using Facebook Marketplace, because at the time, like, you could actually like post services on there for massage.
Yeah.
And then they ended up taking that away, and I was getting like, I think like 6 or 7 clients a week just off of Marketplace. And that was like my only platform that I was using. And then when I lost that platform, like, it totally like crushed my income, so I had to, take different steps, find other approaches. And so I started taking I think it was his first like social media marketing course, like
Yeah.
when he was in Switzerland.
Yeah, that was a while ago. 2 years,
Yeah,
long
yeah,
time.
yeah.
After you lost the platform from Marketplace, what did you do after that to start getting clients? And
So
was anything effective?
I tried the flyers at first, and complete waste of money and time, I felt like. Um, and then after that, I basically just went into the social media route. I took his class. I was living in a foreign country. I didn't speak the native language, so like I had a lot of like barriers in front of me. Even with the ads, like once I started running ads, like the fact that it was in English and not in German, people were a bit skeptical about that, even though they all pretty much spoke English and understood it. Um, so yeah, I basically just went right into the ads and started posting more content, because I felt like that was one of the important things. Like, you can run ads, but if you don't have like content already on your page, like, it's not going to be as effective.
Yeah. That's what I was getting
Yeah,
at. I was hoping you were going
yeah,
to say that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you
So
feel like that having that organic content, that stuff
oh
you've
yeah,
been
for
posting.
sure, for sure. Oh, and I would also go into like Facebook groups and things that were like tailored to the type of things I could help with. So if I'm helping people with neck and back pain, like I would go into a neck and back pain group and, post like maybe some self-care tips. I'd
Adding
usually
value.
pick up some followers from that. And then I would also search in the groups and see if, like, okay, is there anyone posting that's in my local area? And then maybe reach out to them through like a private message, something like that. But yeah, at the time, that I really had limited resources because I wasn't making much money while I lived in Germany. And yeah, I just had to do guerrilla tactics, I feel like, most of the time.
And that's what you got to do when you're starting out,
Yeah,
man, because
yeah,
the thing about therapists when we're starting out is we don't have money to market ourselves, right? And that's what basically where I get clients to, like when I coach them and everything, is I get them to the point where they actually have money that they can start paying for marketing. And then I get them
right,
like, here's Daryl,
right. Yeah,
now you
yeah,
can start paying for Facebook ads.
right.
But in the beginning, we have time. So you have the time to make video and all this stuff. But I think a lot of therapists today, and people in general, not just therapists, this is
Oh,
not like limited to therapists. This is limited to business. Anybody who wants to
yeah.
be in their
It's
own
all
business,
professions.
they make excuses like they're too busy or they just don't do the thing. So what caused you to actually be able to say go from making no video or not posting a bunch of content and making video to actually making video? Where do you find the time to do that? Or how do you get rid of your excuses that you used to make? Because I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
We all did.
So the first thing was honestly Daryl's class, like, that
Getting
got me to
educated.
step. Yeah, it got me to step out of my shell and be like, okay, like, start shooting videos and things like that. Yeah, they're gonna be crappy at first, like it's a learning curve. But you have all this downtime. So why not focus on it? Like, try to build your followers up, get better with your content, your video editing, coming up with like ideas of things to post, and just like researching other people's Instagram page or Facebook or other forms of social media to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Maybe you like it. You don't have to, like, I wouldn't say like that means that you go and copy what they're doing and verbatim, like do exactly what they did. But, just to get ideas on, okay, what looks nice, what little things can you do to tweak your video editing or your content to, make it more engaging.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I do. Is a lot of times I'll just go see what, like, I'll be scrolling TikTok.
Yeah,
I'll see a way that a video is edited, and I'm like, I like this. Like, I like
right,
this style. And so I'll go watch that person's videos and see if I can mimic some of the style, the transitions. I literally go on YouTube and just watch video tutorials on how to make better videos, how
right.
to do lighting. Because that's the thing, is you don't even always have to take a class that you paid for.
No,
YouTube has so much free
yeah,
information on learning how to do video content, social media marketing, all this stuff. You can go there and just learn. And that's how I do and what I still do to like get better at making video all the time. So that's really good advice. So you did all that. You moved here from Germany. You were here before, right? And then you moved to Germany.
so I've been all over the place. I'm originally from North Carolina. I was in the military for a while, so like I've lived all over. But
Yeah.
before we moved to Germany, my wife and I, we lived in San Diego. And that's where I went to acupuncture school. And then literally the same week that I graduated acupuncture school, I moved to Germany. So yeah, it was crazy. And then I moved here in September of 2019. And yeah, dude, I was spending like probably 50, 60 hours a week, like working for other people because I live in Astoria, New York, which is like the far west border of Queens. It's the closest area of Queens to Manhattan. And I was working in Long Island, which is like, if you have a car, it's like a 40, 50-minute drive.
Yeah.
But I had to use public transportation. So that would take me like 2.5 hours, just one way to get to work. Yeah, I was spending so much time commuting. And, it just wasn't adding up, like 50, 60 hours a week for probably like 30 hours of pay, you know.
Did working for somebody else during that time help you with your own business?
For sure.
How
For
so?
sure. I would say my last job, I worked with the guy and he was like, he has a very successful clinic. He incorporated like a lot of techniques and style of acupuncture and body work, things like this that I was already doing, but wanted to have like a mentor to, get more feedback and, just useful information from. And yeah, that was very beneficial for me. And then the pandemic happened and that kind of like screwed everything up, like we basically didn't work for 6 or 7 months. And yeah, after that, I was like, look, I gotta be able to be self-sufficient, and not have to rely on another employer to help me. And that's what kind of made that transition.
I actually
I
recommend
forced
people
it.
do that. I recommend people have that mindset from the beginning.
Yeah,
Like, make your employer dependent on you.
yeah, yeah,
Be marketing yourself. Be so good at what you do and bringing in clients that they're dependent on you. Like,
right,
people are like, well, I'm not making that much money. I'm like, bring in clients.
right,
Be
yeah,
somebody that they don't have to market.
right.
Like,
You got to
if you
make
can
yourself
start
an asset.
Yeah, if you can start bringing in your own clients and getting them busy, they're not going to have any choice but to pay you, or because they know you're going to leave. So even if you don't want to be in your own business, you can still act like you're in your own business when you're
Right.
working for somebody else.
And that's
Which,
basically what I did. Like I would show up like, maybe it was because I was in the military, but I'd show up like super early just because, I want to make sure everything's set up, ready to go. Um, yeah, I was pretty proactive and I always ran it like it was my own business for the
that's
most
awesome.
part. Yeah.
All right, let's get into the bread and butter of this
All right.
conversation, sir. The whole reason I contacted you is because what did you Facebook me or something? and or messengered me and asked me if 16 clients was good off of an ad, right?
Yeah. Or just in general, like in a
month.
in a month is 16 new clients in general is that a good goal, or how does that measure up?
A good return.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, yes, I think it's a good return.
Yeah.
If you're bringing in 16 new clients a month, within no time, within 6 months, you should be fully booked as long as you are getting them to come back.
Right.
Right. So let's say that you have 16, you're bringing in 16 and you only keep 6, but you already had 15 on your schedule. Next month, now you got 21, and then you keep another 6. So now you got 27, so within 6 months, you should be pretty booked up as long as you're retaining a small portion of those clients. That's why I don't think it's a bad return. What's even better about your situation is you spent $200 on Instagram ads and got 16 clients in 2 months in a row from that ad.
Right.
Correct? What was
16 in a month? Yeah, and then I think 15, something like that, the month before. Yeah.
31 clients in 2 months from $200 total spent?
Yeah, $200 total spent.
So $100 a month.
Yeah.
How much? What was and they're coming in at what price?
So I wasn't selling them like any offer or anything like that. Like I have like a basic like new patient special where it's $75 for the first treatment. Follow-ups are 100.
So your regular price is 100.
Yeah.
But you're offering a first-time visit special for 75.
Correct.
So $25 off. A lot of people are like, don't discount, Joseph. What are you doing? You're worth more than that. What made you decide to actually do $25 off?
Because I knew that it's, for this area, like it's not, it's a reasonable price. And I figured, it's easy for people to jump on the offer if, at $75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of noise out there. A lot of people marketing, a lot, not just for massage, but for pain relief in general, or you're not always competing with massage therapists or other acupuncturists for that client's dollar amount. You're competing with all the other things they could spend that $75 on, you know? So offering that special, in my opinion, is what helps them make a decision now. Because you've been branding and marketing for a while, but as you've seen, that client who's came in and watched all my videos for a year, it took her a year to come in.
Right.
Because I haven't offered specials for me, And so she still came in and paid full price, but it takes a lot of contacts, a lot of people seeing your stuff for that to happen. But when you offer a special, that's how you can get somebody in right now. So super smart decision on your part. So you got 16 clients. Now, I'm going to do this math real quick for everybody live, okay? I know you probably have the numbers down right now, but let me just do this. So you spent $100 the first month and brought in 16 clients. That's $1,200 in revenue. The first time.
Yeah.
Did any of those reschedule?
I would say, where's my numbers at? So I would say most of them rescheduled, probably like at least like 75%.
75%. So that's 12 of them. Let's even go on the low end and say 10, right?
Yeah.
And they rescheduled at regular price?
So what I would then do is I would offer them like a treatment package, because I usually tell them like, look, you'll probably get some pain relief, first treatment. And then like after 5 to 6 days, it might start creeping back. So, I like to see you within 3 to 5 days to get you back in here before the pain starts coming back, so that we can keep continuing making progress and get you, back to your full 100% quicker and faster.
And this dude giving out all the secrets right now.
So they usually just, I was like, look, I have this other like 3 treatment package offer for 250, which is like another $50 off. So you can get that, see how things go. And then if you want to get a bigger package, we'll go with that. And most of them booked the 3 package special. The ones that return, I would say all of them bought the 3-pack.
Bro. So that puts us on the low end, $3,700 in return for the first month. Not even the other 15 after that.
Right.
Bro, these are crazy numbers, right? Like,
it was insane.
You spend $100 and get $3,700 back.
Right.
Where else have you been able to do something like that?
I don't know. So I did. It actually gets better because I also sell herbs and CBD. So a lot of those guys, they would also like purchase like pain creams and CBD oils from me as well, or like some of my sleep formulas. Depends on what they were coming in for. And I was astonished. Like, I think when I did the numbers, the ROI came out to be like 36 times what I actually invested. Yeah.
And you know, a lot of marketers are really happy with 4x.
Yeah.
Like, their goal is to get you a 4x return on their services. And you got yourself a 36, 37 times return. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Another thing I forgot to mention is like a lot of those guys actually referred other people to me as well. So like it was insane, like how much money I made off of this simple ad. And all I did is I just promoted an Instagram post. That was it. I didn't do anything special in Ads Manager. I did go a little bit in depth with the targeting, but other than that, like it didn't require much effort.
I think when it comes to the marketing, the targeting is one of the hardest areas to get right.
Yeah.
So have you messed with Instagram ads before and like promoted posts
so
before?
I would usually do like go through Ads Manager and do my posts
on Facebook.
And but you can also post, you can do Instagram through there as well. And especially here in New York, like it's super difficult, man. There's so much competition like that your ads are competing with. Plus there's like 2 or 3 acupuncture schools in New York. So you got to be really careful on your targeting. And I found, like, I'm giving away secrets now, but I found that like including like acupuncture, massage, and other modalities into your targeting actually is a disservice, because when you do that, your ads are going to other acupuncturists, other massage therapists, other chiropractors, and physical therapists. Like it wasn't really getting to the people that I wanted it to get in front of, I felt like. But then when I switched it up to just targeting like body parts, that's when I really started getting like a lot of hits.
So like working with specific issues.
Yeah.
Like really narrowing it down. Like I'm going to focus neck pain.
Right. Trying to figure out like, what they're searching for. Like that was the key.
Did you do any hashtag like searches before to see, or like look up what people are searching?
No, I have done that in the past, but I just tested this out. I was like, let me see how this works. And yeah, it worked out well.
Dude, that's awesome. I mean, seriously, dude, this is a crazy, crazy return.
Yeah. On
investment. But so many people are not willing to pay even $100 to try it. Are you like loaded? Do you have like a ton of money?
No, I've lost a lot of money in ads. Like it's a learning process. Like you're going to lose money at first. I feel like, just because like you're new to it, and it takes some learning. I feel like, especially if you don't have all those other things already in place. Like if you don't have social media content or any like organic stuff on your page and things like that, it's going to be difficult at first, but you got to start somewhere. And I mean, you can start small, like $5 a day, something like that. I was only doing $10 a day, and that was it. It was just one ad. It wasn't like I'm running a ad and then doing like a retargeting thing and then another retargeting, this and that. Like it was just one simple ad. That was it. No landing page, no nothing.
Nothing fancy.
Nothing.
That's awesome. I think that's going to give a lot of people hope, which is what I like,
Yeah, I
because
hope
a lot of marketing is super, like, people make it super complicated.
Yeah.
And it's got to be this landing page and this funnel that takes them to this other thing, and
Right.
those are great. Those are great. I don't have the type of knowledge to be able to do that stuff. I hire somebody to do that for my company, and make it a little fancier. I hired Daryl for that. But I also do like promotions and promote my own posts and everything. A lot of times just for branding. I don't offer a ton of specials. We did one for March, and I've booked some clients off of that. But I don't do a ton of specials because I want people to come in at regular price. We're really busy. So I'm posting just constant branding content, funny entertainment, stuff like that, just to get attention. Because that's the first thing you have to do is people have to know you, because it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't. The reason you paid for your post is because it doesn't matter if you make an offer if nobody sees it, right? So you have to pay for those. You can grow organically. Like I learned this from Daryl. Like you can grow it organically, which I've been trying to do for years. It's super hard.
Yeah.
Or you can pay for the people, and for $5 a day, you can reach 2,500 to 4,500 people on Instagram. $30. No, even $1 a day, you can reach 25 to 4,500 people on Instagram. It's so cheap to experiment with.
Right.
So anybody watching this, I highly recommend that you experiment with Instagram ads. My question for you is, do you think you can replicate these results?
That's what I'm in the process of doing right now. Yeah, that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. So actually, I was looking at my numbers from last week, and I had 10 new patients. So first week of March, already had 10 new patients, already made like around 3,500 in sales, like just for the first week, which going by that, yeah, it looks like I'm going to beat February's numbers as well, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
That's awesome. 3,500 in a week.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And I have
bro.
one treatment room, just one. It's just me. I see clients out of my second bedroom that I turned into an office, and yeah.
I've thought about turning my garage into a studio.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a spa and everything.
It can work, man.
I was having these thoughts like, look, if the government shuts me down, I'm just going to my garage, dude. I'm going to build a studio in my garage. I already have a backup plan if everything goes to crap.
Yeah.
Because we were closed for 2.5 months. And I'm like, dude, I'm not doing this much longer. Can't do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's crazy, dude. So one of the things, this is what I wanted to say. One of the things that I'm hearing from you, and what I want people to understand that's important, is it sounds like you have processes in place. So you're not just out here like willy-nilly just throwing ads up into the air and hoping people come in and rebook. Like you have a process of, okay, I have ads. This is my top line funnel, right? Then they're going to come in and I have a rebooking process. I know you have one. I can tell by the way you're talking, right? You have a set rebooking process, correct?
Correct.
That's proven and it works. Did you take Scott's course for that?
No, it's just working with other acupuncturists, and like I said, the guy that I worked for before the pandemic, like he was really big on the rebooking process. Like he had like all these like steps in place. Like he really had a good setup, and
that's awesome.
I basically just absorbed all that, and I worked with other people too in the past, like when I was an intern. for acupuncture. I worked with a guy in San Diego, basically the same thing. This guy had like 7 to 8 treatment rooms, multiple therapists, and he saw like on average like 30 patients a day. Like it was insane.
Awesome.
Like how many patients this guy saw. So I learned a lot from those guys. I would say that was the most important thing. And then yeah, Daryl's courses and you guys as well, like learning the massage techniques and how to, come up with engaging content.
Perfect. So then you got the rebooking process.
Yeah.
And then you're getting them rescheduled, and then you get them on a package that gets them in 3 more times. So now you've touched them 4 times. But the likelihood of them coming back after that is really high, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So like that's one of the keys to, I think, your success just from listening to you, is that you have all that down. I think a lot of people do not have this down, and it's super important.
Yeah.
Because plus you're on, even before that, you have to be good at what you do, right?
True.
Like you're obviously a quality practitioner if you're getting these people to come in regularly after you've worked on them the first time. For a lot of therapists, because it doesn't matter how well you market a bad product, you're not going to be successful.
Right.
Or a bad service. They come in, you can get 16 people in a month, and then you're going to have to keep getting 16 people in because they're not going to come back. And that's the most expensive way to run a business, is always depending on new clients. And bro, just congratulations, man. You're crushing it.
Thanks.
Only after 5 months of being on your own.
5 months during a pandemic.
During a pandemic.
Yeah. I think anyone who thinks that if you're struggling right now and your excuse is that it's because of the pandemic, like I think you're missing it. Like there's so many people right now that are just hurting so bad for pain relief, that need pain relief. I had so many people contacting me even during the pandemic, wanting me to come to their house and doing treatments and things like that. And I had to tell them no, just because of the situation at the time. We weren't considered essential, so we couldn't provide our services. But yeah, don't use the pandemic as an excuse. Like use it as a motivator to get you out there and build your practice up.
Yeah, man. There's so many people hurting right now. Not just from physical pain, but from lack of touch and human connection.
Yeah, for sure.
I have so many clients that literally coming in for a massage is the only thing that they do. Otherwise, they're in their house all day, alone, and it's sad. Like I've had more people cry on my table this last year than ever before, just from built up emotions.
Right.
And then they get touched for the first time in 6 months. I've had some people, like, I haven't had any human contact for 6 months. I'm like, that's crazy, And so we've been busier than ever.
Yeah, same here. Like, it's been insane.
But that's why I wanted to talk to you, man, because there's I'm hoping that this conversation helps other therapists grow their business, stay motivated. 2, I wanted to learn what you were doing, because $100 for 16 clients is incredible. For $3,700 in revenue off 100 is stupid, and it's not done yet. Like those people are going to come back.
Exactly.
Like you pay that ad off with one client, and then you freaking got 30. So crazy. And yeah, man, thank you so much for jumping on the call. I don't really have any other questions.
All right,
It's been a pleasure speaking with you, bro. I'm going to post this on YouTube, probably in the massage groups, and we'll see. Hopefully this actually records to my computer, because I've never done this before. I don't even know how this is going to show up, but I'm like, dude, I had the thought. I'm like, I need to talk to this dude. So I appreciate you taking the call, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
All right, hold on one second.